Welcome to the drama world. Whether you're into romance, comedy, fantasy, action, or period, there's something for everyone. K-dramas do a great job of transporting you to a place that may look totally different. For newcomers, it can be a tricky road to walk as there are so many K-dramas out there just waiting to be watched. To make it easy for you, here are some dramas you can begin with. Strong woman to Bong soon. Bong's son was born with superhuman-like strength. Her strength is hereditary and passed along only to the women in her family. However, she loses them as soon as she hurts innocent people. Unfortunately, she has to hide them and thus does not have an easy life. This changes when a rich young man discovers her powers and hires her as a bodyguard. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? What's Wrong with Secretary Kim revolves around the narcissistic Lee Young-jun, the vice president of a company run by his family. He is very self-absorbed and thinks highly of himself, so much so that he barely acknowledges the people around him. Lee Young-jun has a capable and patient secretary in Kim Mi-so who has remained by his side and worked diligently for 9 years without any romantic involvement. But Mi-so has grown tired of her frustrating boss, so when she decides to resign from her job, hilarious misunderstandings ensue. After 9 years of their strictly workplace relationship, can it now develop in something more? Healer, Kim Moon-ho is a successful reporter at a mainstream news station, but when he stumbles upon a 10-year-old mystery, he is forced to dive into a subversive underground news agency. On his journey to solve the case, Moon-ho teams up with Chae Young-shin, a second-rate tabloid writer, and Healer, a mysterious internet-based journalist. With his career and safety on the line, who can Moon-ho trust in a world full of unreliable sources? Goblin. Kim Shin is a goblin who is also a protector of souls. He lives together with an amnesiac Grim Reaper who is in charge of taking deceased souls. Shin doesn't want to be immortal anymore and seeks a human bride in order to end his immortality. Meanwhile, Jun-tak is a high school student who, despite her painful reality, remains optimistic, ends up falling in love with the goblin. My Love from the Stars. Do Min-jun, a man from another planet, has been stuck on Earth for over 400 years and now finally has the opportunity to leave. If he does not leave Earth, he will die in some time. When he meets Song-yi, he believes to meet in her his first and only love again, whose death he had to witness. Scarlet Heart Ryeo. During a total solar eclipse, a 25-year-old woman of the 21st century is transported back in time to the Goryeo dynasty. She wakes up in the year 941 in the body of Heesu, among the many royal princes of the ruling Wang family. She falls in love first with Prince Wang Wook and later with Wang So, the fearsome prince with the mask. As the story unfolds, Heesu unwittingly finds herself caught between the rivalry and politics of the princes over the struggle for the throne. Itaewon Class. Itaewon Class tells the story of Park Se-roy, who opens a restaurant in Itaewon, Seoul, after spending several years in prison. He wants to become rich and destroy the Janga group, which is responsible for the death of his father. But friendships come first. Descendants of the Sun. Captain Yoo Se-jin and his friend Sergeant Major Seo Da-young are part of a South Korean Special Forces unit. Yoo Se-jin falls in love with the doctor Dr. Kang Mo-yeon. However, love is difficult as she never knows if he will come back alive. As part of a team of doctors who are to provide aid in the former Yugoslavia, she meets the special unit there again. Terrorists also try to use the troubled situation in Yugoslavia for arms deals and our heroes get between the fronts. Crash Landing on You. A businesswoman from South Korea tests a paraglider, but an unexpected whirlwind carries her to North Korea. There she falls into the arms of a North Korean captain. Unfortunately, she can't go back so easily, because this could cause diplomatic problems. And so they try to get her across the border secretly. It is also about intrigues in the political elite of North Korea and the covering up of murders. It's okay not to be okay. Desperate to escape his emotional baggage and the heavy responsibilities he has carried all his life, a mental health worker begins to heal with the help of the unexpected, a woman who writes fairy tales but doesn't believe in them.